Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday, everyone. You've got SSC right here, Oklahoma, United States of America. Today, guys, it's all about this copper, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful copper. We're going to talk about some different ways to invest in copper. We're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the bullish factors, guys, the bullish factors supporting copper's long-term potential. What could copper be? Could copper be the next silver? Could copper be the next gold? Today, we're going to look into some things and we're going to find out. SSC, let's get started. Here we are, guys, once again on beautiful, absolutely beautiful copper. You know that SSC loves copper, and of course SSC also loves silver and gold. But copper is beautiful, guys, and there are some bullish factors supporting copper's long-term potential, and that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. Really, there's a lot of people that think this is just a terrible investment, everybody. And I think is it a really, really long-term investment? Absolutely. And does it cost money to make beautiful rounds? Absolutely it does. So really, if you look at copper by the pound, it's just absolutely not true, because that is a spot price, market price per pound, not the cost to manufacture, not the cost to package, not the cost to ship copper bullion and sell it. It costs millions of dollars to tool up to do these things, to make beautiful Geigers and to make as you all know, my favorite, germanium. So let's talk about we're going to go over some factors of why there's a long-term potential and value in investment in copper, whether it be bullion or manufacturing, copper products, all that. One of them is electrification in green energy, guys. As everybody knows, this world is changing, and electrical green energy is it's kind of here to stay. We still have tons of fossil fuels in this world, but they are leaning towards green energy, and the shift away from fossil fuels is definitely a powerful tailwind for copper. So we got to look at that as part of the investment future of copper is green energy, guys, because they're trying to pull it away from green energy is trying to pull it away from fossil fuels, and eventually it probably will. And we're going to go to things like solar panels, and of course wind turbines, electrical grids, electrical grid infrastructure. They're all copper intensive, guys. So like silver and like gold, there's only so much to go around. And as we continue to grow in the world, wow, it's going to be gone before you know it. Even these pennies, guys, pretty cool. Even these pennies. So another thing, and we all know there's a fight on these electric vehicles, everybody. EVs use copper. They use copper. What is this going to do to the value of copper? EVs require 2 to 4 times more copper than traditional gas cars, guys. and the EV population is going up every day. It's slowed down just a little bit, but it is still going up, and more and more people are buying electric vehicles. And gosh, guys, they take a ton of copper. So what does that do? What does it do? Just like green energy, it is green energy. It starts driving the value of copper prices up, guys. The stock prices, the bullion prices, it's driving it all up. AI is another one, artificial intelligence. So, as you all know, AI has been coming for a long time. Everybody's adopting AI. I'm not sure that SSC wants AI so much, uh, because I think it makes us all lazy in our lives. But then again, it can also improve our lives, and it can improve the value of this. And it is. It's already started. AI takes enormous processing power and driving a surge in electricity consumption. And guess what? Demand for copper. So that's going to drive copper prices up also. That's number 3 in the big one. So holy smokes, guys, there's so many factors to go through in these. Well, this is bullion to me. So, but as far as copper is concerned as a whole, there's just so much going on. Big economies, expanding economies that need copper. Asia, China, you got India, you've got all of those countries, Southeast Asia. They have to have copper for power and transportation. Now, here's something that I've been talking about for quite a while. If you watched some of the copper videos, I just, while I'm talking to you guys, I just love to play with it. It's just beautiful. And, you know, it's like Pirate SSC. Supply constraints, guys. Supply and demand. Demand goes way up on copper, okay, especially in the future. And I'm going to tell you something here in a minute that I did read. I don't know. I think it's kind of far-fetched, but I did read something by 2028 values of copper, what they'll be, and I'll share that with you in a minute. But supply constraints, there's huge headwinds, in supply. There's just so much going on. Declining ore in existing mines, guys. Did you know that it takes 17 to 21 years to bring a new copper mine from discovery to production? Think about the cost of that, everybody. From a discovery to production, 17 to 21 years just to get raw copper. Not minted copper, raw copper. This is bullion. And then they, the factories, they take the ore out of the mines. They got to get it in. They got to crush it. They got to, there's so much process and just making this into copper, into pure copper. It's just incredible. Incredible. We don't know what the economic sensitivity to copper is, although it in the growing, populations of the world, like China, economically, they gotta have this. So what do? They take as much as they can and buy as much as they can, including the United States, guys. But they get all they can from the mines, guys. Well, the mines only have so much, and if it takes 17 to 21 years to go from discovery to getting that mine producing, folks, that's just millions and millions and millions of dollars and a lot of risk for people putting their money into it. So if they're mining this stuff and it's 17 to 21 years, there's obviously something going on that people see the value of copper. Everybody, let's move into the investment possibilities, investment ways on copper. How do you invest in copper, basically? And there's several different ways to do it. It's kind of like silver. It's kind of like gold. It's it it's just basic common sense. So let's talk about that. As you know, SSC kind of rambles a little bit, so that's why we're SSC, and that's why we're with you and you watch our videos, and we appreciate you very much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, guys. But how to invest in copper. Oh, there we go. A little allergy action. How about stocks? How about copper mining stocks? If you don't want to have a bunch of this, okay, and you don't want to have a bunch of scrap and wire and all that. And oh, by the way, that takes a lot of time to strip wire, strip it down, to get enough wire stripped down, and you'd have to work on it every day to make a few $100. Okay, so it takes time and money to make money. So copper mining stocks. So you can invest in copper producers. There's several different ones: FCX, Freeport, McMoran, BHP, Rio Tinto. I'm seeing this right here. I'm looking at a little bit of my cheat sheet, but not too much of it. Most of this is just coming from just common sense, guys. Some of it I've learned. They're directly exposed to copper prices and can see significant gains when prices rise. So you can invest in copper mining stocks, everybody. That is another good way to make money on copper. So everybody says, oh, don't do copper. Premiums are all too high. There's several ways to do it. The reason why premiums are high, guys, on this kind of stuff is because it costs money to make it. It brings significantly more money than copper by the pound. I don't care what any of you say, it does. It's just a proven fact. That's why the premiums are so much higher. But if you go into, for instance, I went into a coin dealer, first thing I saw was these. He had like 50 of them. Okay? He had like 50 of them. I said, hey, aren't you a gold and silver dealer? And he goes, yeah. I said, but you got copper. I said, can you tell me maybe the reason why you keep copper? And he says, well, first of all, it's extremely popular. People love it, and it makes money. And I'm like, well, that's a good point. I said, what do you think about the future of these copper bullion coins and bars and stuff? And he said, it's the new in thing. It's the new big deal. And this is a silver and gold dealer, guys. So we got to look at this as long term. It is definitely not short term at all. By no means. This is 60, 70 years. This is something you pass down to your grandkids. This is not something that you can just go, oh, I'm going to go sell it and make a bunch of money. It ain't going to happen, folks. But I tell you what, though, if you did need a little extra cash, need to sell some, you could, and you could get cash because it's worth money. It's not like it's not worth money, guys, because it is worth money. And so, copper mining stocks, ETFs, guys, copper ETFs, exchange traded funds, paper money, basically paper stocks. So, and we all know what that did to silver this week, right? And of course, by the way, silver dropped really hard, guys, but I think it's got to drop hard to climb harder. So keep your eyes open for that Monday. So copper ETFs, exchange traded funds, guys. it tracks copper prices in futures and goes up, and they see physical storage and it goes up, and you can buy copper stocks as the copper prices go up per pound. You make money. Okay, so you would probably have to have a whole lot, but you're going to make money. I mean, it's a money maker. Copper is a money making metal. Could copper possibly be the next silver? I think in many, many years, this will be the next silver, guys. Uh, this is highly popular right now. The bullion bars, the rounds, people just don't realize the stackers out there, all of us silver and gold stackers, we're so close-minded about other things other than silver and gold that we don't see potential in the future for something that is appealing to others to go up in value. And it is appealing to me, and that's why I have it. And that's why I have silver and gold for my hard investment. And this is for the future. This is for the grandkids, and I'm going to keep it for the grandkids. And guess what? This could be the greatest story ever told 70 years from now, that Papa SSC handed this down, and we handed it down to you kids, and blah, blah, blah. There you go. So it could be a great story, right? So happy Saturday, everybody. Another thing, here we go. This is it. This is the one that I talk to you guys about all the time when we do these copper videos. And this is not a really long copper video. So it kind of got out a little slow, and I'm going to show you a little pickup I got on a copper coin. So give me just a minute, but let's talk about physical copper, guys, investments. It's not as common for individual investors, but some of the biggest things right now, guys, that I researched was that physical copper bullion bars and rounds are a huge option for those of us who want a tangible asset. This is an asset, guys. It's an asset. It's money, okay? If you pay a high premium for it, it's still money, okay? We pay high premiums every time we go buy a flipping car, right? If you go buy you a pickup truck or Mercedes-Benz, you lose 60%, 50 to 60% of your money in the first 5 years. That's not an investment. That's not an investment. Anything that rises in value, guys, is considered an investment. Rise or fall, rise or fall. If it rises in value, it's an investment, guys. It's pure common sense. If it depreciates dramatically, bad news, guys. So, that is my take in my learning about copper. And, as much as I know more about silver and gold, I also know about copper because I've also researched it. We always get a huge, a huge pushback every time we do these copper videos. But all of my friends and my subscribers and my viewers, I just want you to understand that all you silver guys and you gold guys that are just 100%, we're all stupid for getting a tangible asset that actually increases in value, that there's hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of people that are buying this, that love this, that think differently than we do about it. I do not. I feel like the more minted stuff, like the Germania and the Geiger, are the future, guys, for the bars. Now, the kilo bars, the 5 ounce, 10 ounce, they make these in 5 and 10s, which I got some coming. But I just think that this is the way to go. And worst case scenario, you hand it down to your grandkids, and your grandkids hand it to their grandkids. And holy smokes, you got a big story to tell. It may be worth thousands and thousands of dollars, guys. I saw a deal Now, this is pretty far. This is really out there, and y'all are going to go, oh, no, you got to be kidding me, SSC. There's no way. I would never say no way. This is pretty far-fetched. But there's some predictions in 2028 to 2030 that copper could roll to $5,300 to $5,500 a pound. It all depends on supply. It all depends on demand. You can go back in history and look at this stuff, and it's pretty stable. It's like this. And but I think in these times, in this world right now, that it's going to skyrocket on us, and it's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. Some people are going to have to fall off the apple cart and wake up, or get hit in the head with an apple or something, because SSC isn't. And I'm going to keep it along with gold and silver. I wish this was all gold and silver right here, guys. That would be, right now, it would be quite a bit of money, even though gold and silver dropped today. So everybody have a fantastic Saturday. Thanks for watching this video. Stay ahead of the game, guys. Do your own research. I have done my research, so do your own research. Please like and comment, guys, on the video. We would really appreciate it. Keep your comments respectful to others. We would really appreciate that too. We love all of our viewers all over the world, all over the United States, California, Oklahoma, Texas, Florida. I mean, all the states, Kansas, everywhere. We appreciate you guys. SSC right here, Oklahoma, United States of America, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy, beautiful copper. I hope this video helps a little bit for somebody. I'm out.